What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, weirdos? It's your boy Raindrop, Raindog, Ranger Rizzle, and my co-host, co-captain, Cole Cult Conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to BxTV, aka Back from Hell, your Spotify, YouTube podcast. So make sure you drop a like, a comment, and a subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And drop a follow if you're new here on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you no matter where you come from, where you watch us. But if you want to always get this here quick, unedited, and raw, it'll be on Spotify on Sundays/Monday mornings. So make sure you tap in. I'm just saying. And then it'll be here later in the middle of the week on Spotify. Usually the comic book of the week is edited. So there's a couple pictures, some things to help you with to imagine it a little bit better than you can here on Spotify. And yeah, and if you like what you heard here, make sure you follow us on Twitch at BrainDeadXTV. Same name, same game.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
That was smooth. That was
yeah,
smooth, like butter.
you know what I'm saying? A little butter, a little butter. But yeah, welcome back, dudes. I'm glad everybody's here. Over here on the East Coast, it's getting a little chillier. It's 54 degrees right now. I'm digging
Yep.
it. I need a little sweater, but it's upstairs, so we're stuck here. It's what it is. But if you're new here, we always like to do a little thing called Comic Book of the Week. It's where we put
Yes.
two comic books up on the chopping block for the art and the writing. They get a score 1 through 10. We kind of give you a little rundown on why we liked them and why we didn't. So, with that being said, Juju, you want to go first?
Yes, as is tradition. Um my comic book of the week is The Amazing Spider-Man number 96 in 1963.
Okay, okay.
And it was actually published May the series started in 1963. This particular issue was published in 1971.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
I'm following.
It was written by Stan Lee. It was penciled in by Gil Kane, and John Romita Sr. was the inker.
So it was fire.
Oh,
It was
dude.
fire.
Off rip, it's the Return of the Green Goblin. So,
Oh, that was
in
probably fun.
subsequent,
That was probably such a
in,
fun read. You know I'm a sucker.
uh, um, in subsequent episodes, Green Goblin has amnesia. He doesn't know that he's Green Goblin. So Spider-Man is invited to go to Mary Jane's like big theater performance, and the whole story is framed around that. What makes this book interesting is that there's one incident where Spider-Man is doing his thing in the costume, thinking about like, how do I take a job with Norman Osborn? But like, I know he's Green Goblin, but he doesn't know I'm Spider-Man. But he
Yeah,
knew I was
yeah, yeah,
Spider-Man,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And he sees a dude who's freaking out on some nondescript drug, who's saying that like he can fly and he can walk on the air and whatever. Subsequently, he jumps off a building and Spider-Man swings in to save the day. This is Marvel's first reference to a drug epidemic in the United States in any of their books. This is the first time they did that.
Oh,
And
alright,
the way they
alright.
did it, yep, this is what got it cut from the Comic Book Code Authority, which I just talked about in my Jewel.
On Branded
So go check
XTV
that out.
is. On Branded
Yes,
XTV on Twitch.
tying them together, shared universe. Um,
Multiverse.
the art, no, yeah, multiverse, the brain dead multiverse. Um, um, I enjoyed the art in this. It was very ambitious for 1971. There's panel within panel kind of deal. So like Spider-Man's leaping from one panel to another, but
Yeah,
there's also
yeah.
like thought clouds and stuff, and the layout is not as congested as I've seen in other Marvel comics. Um,
Hey man, some
the
of us like that congestion.
Yeah, and I mean, the great reveal at the end is that you know, Green Goblin's back, and now he has all of his memories, and you have one panel of him in the suit, but there are references within the story of like what Harry Osborn's Green Goblin was like. Just little snippets. So I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like how they
yeah.
did that. Um, So the art, I give it a solid 10. Writing wise, also a solid 10. Um,
All right, so
I
10,
think this is a
10 out
yeah.
of 10, boy. There's a
I think for a piece of comic book history, this is something that even you should check out. Like
yeah,
just to have
yeah.
like a reference point, you know?
I definitely will. I'll have to definitely give it a read. I'm always down, especially some Ramada. You know what I'm saying? I'm always with it. So 10 and a 10.
10 out of 10.
All right, bet I'll have to definitely to check it out. My comic book of the week is Peacemaker Tries Hard issue 5 by Starks, Puig, and Belair. I don't know if I'm saying that. Pew, Belair, Puig. Uh, but yeah, this is Deathstroke on the front beating the shit out of Peacemaker. Little
Just love all the guts that are just flying out, you know?
a little misleading. A little misleading, but it is what it is. It's it's really good. I've been loving the series. I love it's like I've told people because I did the first issue a while back here on
Hmm.
Spotify. I'm pretty sure, and I've probably done another one here and there on Twitch. Uh, I've been keeping up with it, and all I want to say is like, if you like the show, you will love the book. Like, you will absolutely love the book. Like, the the book is so fun and badass at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, it's one moment it's like they're making a dick joke or saying "fuck you," and then the next moment they're like beating ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought it ended here. Like I thought this was the last book, but it says to be continued. So I think what they're gonna do is like take a break and maybe bring it back or start a new series of.
Mm.
So I'm hyped that this is probably not the end of Peacemaker. You know what I mean? Like I really hope it's not.
Yeah.
I want to be reading more and more Peacemaker. They bring in such funny characters. Like one of the things is like there's like a the brain is working with Masala or whatever, the gorilla, whatever his name is, the
Hmm.
talking gorilla. But the brain is cloning a bunch of Deathstrokes to put his brain into the body of. So they end up fighting a bunch of baby Deathstrokes because they wake them up and they're all like
Yeah.
badass little shitheads. And it's pretty funny. And then fights a teenage Deathstroke. And he basically that part's funny. I'm not gonna spoil it. You guys gotta read it so you can see what happens in that. That's actually the funniest fucking one of the funniest parts. But overall, I give the writing the same thing I gave my Twitch book at 8.5.
Okay.
And then I give the art uh I'll give it an 8.5. Like
All right.
straight,
Word.
yeah,
Word.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was entertaining. It's funny. I was laughing like the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't really a moment that I was like, "This sucks," you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of was like bummed for a minute because I was like, "Is this really the end?" Like this 32 pages of like silliness is really like the end, and then it was like, "Nah, like it's to be continued." And I was like, "That." That makes me a lot more happy that like this isn't how they're gonna
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. And Peacemaker's too big to leave him on a cliffhanger.
No, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's glad I'm glad they're gonna continue it. Like I really hope
Yeah.
this goes somewhere, and I kind of hope I don't want them to like make it too serious, but I hope like the end of it ends with a pretty good ending. It is like on a cliffhanger, but it's to be continued, so it's not really a cliffhanger. I don't want to ruin what pops up at the end, but like he's clearly about to get in a gnarly fucking fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So make sure you check out Peacemaker, dude. Peacemaker tries hard. It's a very funny series. It's really good. They bring in a bunch of random characters that need to be used more, honestly, in my opinion. And yeah, fucking A, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That sounds like a fun read.
It really is,
I
dude. Like 'Cause it's just really fucking fun. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just really fucking fun.
Yeah.
There's so many aspects about it that are like, if you read this and you hate it, you're just too much of a serious person. You know, you take things way too fucking
Yeah.
seriously, and you shouldn't have picked this up in the first place. I don't know who recommended your serious ass fucking Peacemaker, but you should smack them. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't recommend this to my dad, probably. Like
You never
maybe,
know. I
maybe
feel like Tommy
not.
would enjoy
My
it.
dad would probably see the humor in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't really understand what's probably going on, but he would be like like the inside nerdy jokes they're making and
Yeah.
shit, and like, but he would probably find it funny.
Yeah. I honestly, I think my dad would probably find the boys hysterically funny.
You think so?
Like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's weird. My dad hates sci-fi and like, unless it's Spielberg like special effects driven shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like the boys like once he kind of gets it like oh Superman's a fucking asshole
I
like
think I think
okay
so until he sees the sus shit, low key. Are
no he's there for that.
you
Let's be
sure?
real.
You
Yep.
sure? Like, there's
Hmm.
a lot of dick, bro. There's a lot of dick in the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad let me watch Caligula when
All
I was
right,
like
all
17.
right.
So like
I'm just making
yeah.
sure. I'm just making. So yeah, dude. I mean, I think your dad liked the boys. You're probably
Oh
right.
yeah.
You're probably right.
Definitely yeah.
Probably definitely right. I mean, what do I know? I kn- I think my dad might, but I think it might be a little too too trying to be provocative just to be provocative type thing. Like, he
Yeah.
likes that thing, but he also kind of thinks it's a little too like much sometimes. Like, he
Yeah.
wants a little more story, which the boys does have though.
Mhm.
That is where like the boys does kind of like hold true to it, like being a good show, is that there is this sick ass underlining story on top of all this
Oh
chaotic
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah. And um like I think essentially anything that's a takedown of superhero movies my dad would enjoy because like he doesn't like the Marvel movies like at all.
He likes that more, and he probably would like that it's like a, like you're saying, like a punch towards superheroes, but
Yeah.
also like making it like superheroes more real, a more
Yeah.
realistic take on superheroes. Has he tried watching Nolan's Batmans?
I think I think he watched The Dark Knight once and he made it I don't remember if he slept through the end of it or not, if he stayed awake. I think he might have because like I remember even him being like, "Oh yeah, the Heath Ledger guy's fucking great." Like
Yeah.
because like he saw Batman
Yeah.
89 with my mom obviously because like my mom is the nerd.
Yeah,
She's the
yeah,
nerd
yeah.
in that relationship. So like
She's like,
all the alien movies she's seen, all the fucking like X-Men movies we went to go see with her.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's
like
kind of my grandmother. My grandmother was kind of like, I think we were the excuse to go see movies with her,
oh
because I saw a
yeah.
handful of movies that like I don't know, like.
I saw with my mom and my sister because we were at an Italian party and we just were like, let's go to the movie
Let's
theater.
go to the
Like,
movie theater,
yeah,
bro.
we parked my dad at the poker table and just kind of left. Like,
That's funny as shit, yo. That is
yeah.
actually hilarious.
And my mom was drunk as shit though too. That was so funny. Like,
My dad watched a lot of Walking Dead for a while, and then he
yeah, my mom too.
he fell off though, because I think it got to a point. I think my dad's one of those people who's like, he's willing to hang on for so long, but like,
Yeah,
I think when it got to like the prison shit, like a lot of people, he was like, okay, this is, because dude, the prison shit was like,
yeah. It was too intense. For it was too intense for my mom. That's why she stopped.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things, but I still watch it. You still watch it. So with
Oh
that being
no.
said, you guys probably tuned in last week. If you did, me and Juju have been talking about the Daryl Dixon predictions of last week before the episode dropped.
Hmm.
It's dropping on Sunday today, or I guess I don't know if it'd be Sunday when I drop this episode, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. I'm gonna try and drop this like before Daryl comes out, so I can be like, "Yo, check this out."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
won't be on YouTube before then. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah. Um. So off rip, man. What were your thoughts on it?
I I loved it. I I think overall I think this show is meant to last.
Yeah.
I think this show
Definitely.
is supposed to be like the next big thing for them. I think the Negan and Maggie is like the B-roll. Like that show was
Hmm.
good. That show was good. But I think this one they did an hour and a half intro episode, bro. That's a movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the way they did it was like they did it like, yo, this is about to be something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far yet, but it was like there it just seemed like Daryl has like this actual mission. There's so much that happened that we're going to find out about, like
Yeah.
that led him to getting to Paris or France, wherever the fuck he's at. Um and I think a lot of the things that happened from season 11 ending and now is gonna
Yeah.
be a whole nother arc itself. Like I think once those people start coming into play, they're gonna be like the next big. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Um. I definitely think one of my big like holy shit like watching experience was like they opened it up. They opened the world up. Like they
fucking
basically said,
continents.
yeah, like it became a global thing, and like the passage of time is congruent with the Walking Dead. So like that show had been going on for years now, you know.
Oh yeah, she says she's
So
been in the Fallout
yeah,
for like what, 12 years or what?
it's been 10 years. It's
Yeah,
been 10 years since the Walking Dead debut.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
been a decade. I like how they kept it up. So I
Makes
like
it feel more
how
real.
yeah, and it also like it doesn't feel as isolated or contained as like the characters in the original Walking Dead would have liked to think that it was, because they're talking about like,
Oh no, the
oh, they're
world's hit.
walkers.
Because
Yeah,
Daryl washes up on shore. He gets right to it. He finds this boat where this dude had a recording thing, and he's listening
yeah.
to the recording. And the guy's talking about he's been to like Rome, not Rome, but like all these other
He's
places.
been around all over
Yeah,
Europe.
all over Europe, and everywhere is fucked. And
Yeah,
it's just like I do like that. I do like that because it 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 shows you how everybody else is dealing with this shit. Because and
yes,
they make it real, bro. It's not like America. Not Juju is right. The weapons are
yeah.
so different. The weapons are so different, guys.
can, can, can I spoil one thing though? And it's not a huge
Not the
spoiler.
Ruger yet.
No, I loved how the one time took the blunderbuss to the fucking like the big ass fucking like trumpet gun, just like
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like yeah, because like if you're, I know that Paris, I know that France and England have like some of the strictest gun control in Europe, so getting these firearms, like I guarantee you, a lot of the like flintlock and like the pistols and stuff are old ass weapons that like somebody's grandfather had that just got passed down and they just happen to have it and
Yeah,
it happens to
yeah.
be functional, or like they went to some museum and just like stole all the guns.
Yeah, no. You know what I really liked about this? I feel like you didn't have to watch Negan or Maggie or the end of The Walking Dead so far to watch this.
No,
The first
no, you really
the
didn't.
first episode felt very this is Daryl's new story. I mean, the
Yeah.
only thing you needed to know is why he's trying to get back. You know what I mean? He's trying to
Yes.
get back to his people in Alexandria and the Commonwealth. He does make that clear. He's like, because he's
Yeah.
trying to get on that radio. He's trying to, or at least that's what I assume, because he's like, I need to get back to the States. That's why.
And they also know about the Commonwealth. Like information has come across the pond because she talked about it. She's like, "Oh, you're from the Commonwealth?" He's like, "Yeah."
I don't
It's like,
remember.
"Oh,
I don't
okay."
remember that.
It was like him and like when the nun is like taking care of him because he got injured.
Yeah.
So like they like governments, or at least what's left of them, are like communicating
I would
to
call
each
them
other. Yeah.
communities. I would call.
Yeah,
I don't think.
they're at least
I
aware,
don't.
you
I
know.
think there's local governments in these community. I think there's community governments, but I wouldn't go far and say these are governments. Like they're all like.
Yeah.
Some of them are warlords. Some of them are fucking actual communities. Some of them are cults. Like
Yeah.
we've gotten all of the above, and at the moment, it. Oh, also, I'm gonna warn you guys: a bunch of nuns. Trigger warning and spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. There's a bunch of fighting
Yeah.
nuns. They all
Yeah,
die.
that was so funny. I I loved how she like was like, "Oh yeah, all medieval churches had a weapon room." And I like internally, I've been to a lot of medieval churches. I would have loved to have seen what these so-called weapon rooms look like.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, Gigi's like, I don't
you
know
know,
about that one.
I don't know about that one,
Uh,
but
but
like
dude, it
it
starts
was
out good. Daryl gets on the road and there's this
yeah,
lady like putting up signs and she sees him and they
yes,
stare at each other and he just keeps walking. And eventually she ends up being this nun that saves him. You know what I
yes,
mean? And he gets stabbed, this bitch, and like, oh man, fuck him up. I don't want to spoil it too much for everybody. I want people to watch this shit.
yeah,
Uh I really think though, like they're treating it more like the Negan and Maggie show felt like a mid-season like like
yeah,
season show of The Walking Dead, and this feels like the start of The Walking Dead.
yes.
You know what I
And
kind?
I think even in the background there was the sign where it said like "Don't enter infected here" or something like
Yeah,
that in
yeah,
French. So they had like a callback to "Don't open dead inside,"
yeah. True.
and of course like the fucking surprise, you know, holy shit shocker moment happens in that room. So it's like, dude, if you knew French, you'd know not to go there.
He doesn't know fucking French. He's like a Southern
Yeah,
boy.
I love how he had the fucking book where he's like trying to like
Yeah,
translate.
dude. I can't. And the people who set him up for his shit and get him fucked over, they steal his
Mm-hmm.
translator book. I'm like, you don't need it, if I'm correct. I mean, maybe because she doesn't know all of her English. She doesn't know all of
No,
English, so maybe it helps her with that. But it's like, he needs this more than you. Like, what the fuck?
and it's also funny because like as an American going abroad, that happened a few times in my childhood. You do have the sense that like Europeans are super helpful and they are like trying to like just help the community and for the greater good, and let's trade and let's talk or whatever. But there was that whole underlying. It's like, no, that is universal. In the zombie apocalypse, everyone's out for themselves.
Other than that, none, dude. She like,
Yeah,
cause like, dudes, you guys don't know. Spoiler alert. There's this kid, and I don't really understand this factor, but I'm digging it. These nuns believe this kid is like the saving of the.
yeah, they think he's the Messiah.
Yeah, they think he's the Messiah, and I think it's more so like he's a religious Messiah. I think he. I
Yeah,
don't. I don't.
I
I
think
don't
he's
think he. I don't think The Walking Dead's about to take a uh, uh,
a supernatural turn.
yeah, I don't think that's what's about to happen. I think it's more of like who he is and like
Yeah.
his outlook on life, I think, will like bring a certain aspect to life that's not there anymore. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's more like he's kind of the last key of faith in the apocalypse. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, like
saying? Like,
of like actual like clarity and like
yeah,
positivity and like living a pure
a good life, you know.
like a religiously life kind of more
Yeah.
but because he but one thing I want to point out is a thing I was right about. There was a new Walker.
Yes.
Well,
I didn't want to spoil it, but there is a new Walker. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys what he does, but
No, but
it's fucked.
it raises questions.
Uh,
That's the thing I like about like The Walking Dead as a series is that sometimes it does give you answers, but those answers lead you to another question. You know what
yeah,
I'm
you're
saying?
like, what
Like,
else is there? Like
yeah, and
what do you guys have in store for us?
like the first series, because that's how I will address it, as the first series. Um, there was that whole question of like, what is it? Is it a virus? Is it, you know, some sort of contagion? Is it like something man made? Is it something from the natural world? Like, they don't tell you
Yeah,
why
yeah.
the zombies happen. They just do. Um, and I did kind of find like the whole like religion thing. Like, yeah, I get it in that scenario. Like, there are people who would totally be like, "Oh my god, it's biblical. It's the end of the world. Like, the Bible has all the answers." Let's pump the brakes on that a little bit. I don't want a supernatural answer as to what's going on with the world.
I
You
don't think
know,
that's what it is though. I think it's just
I
showing
don't think so either. That's
I think it's just showing you though that like these nuns have such faith in their religion at the end of the world, they're willing to do whatever they have to do to trade to get this Messiah to
yeah,
where he needs to be the Messiah. And Daryl wants to get to these ports, and the kid needs to get near the ports because Daryl wants to get
and
a.
the kid can speak English.
So I think that's like a bonus for, and the one nun can
Yeah,
too. The one nun does as
yeah,
well.
yes. Fleur Delacour can speak English.
Um, But yeah, dude, I feel like if you dropped off The Walking Dead, you should give this a shot. I think you should have gave the Negan and Maggie one a little bit of a
Yes.
shot. That was fucking good. I can't wait to see what happens when he possibly does get to a port.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait till we hear a friendly voice over some kind of radio or like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Eugene's voice or like you know what I mean? Like somebody of that nature, like that would be really cool to just like not even see him yet, but just or see their mouth
Yeah.
on the intercom talking to him or something like on like the radio. Like I feel like that'd
Yeah.
be a cool little callback to the other people,
Yeah. To the other people across the
but
pond.
not giving too much of like take away from what's going on.
Yeah. Um, I in the future, like in the foreseeable future, I would like to see more continent hopping. You
Like
know,
you're hoping
like
like the next season's like him getting back to the U.S., but he has to go through another continent.
no, I'm saying like they may even have to go to like Africa or South America, or like I just
Odd
want to see what the rest of the world looks like in the zombie apocalypse. It's
That's probably what's
I
gonna
don't know.
happen, but I personally think it would make a lot of sense because you gotta be real with what's going on with the show.
Yeah,
He clearly wants to get back to the U.S.
yeah,
is what it seems like. So I think it's gonna be him going everywhere that's in between here that we know of from Europe to the U.S.
yeah. So it's like he's gonna have to go to like pit stop in England and then try to find another ship or
Oh, dude,
something,
no,
and
no,
then
no. I don't think you realize that he's gonna have to pit stop in a lot of fucking places because it's the end of the world. Like, he's not just gonna be taking a
yeah,
direct boat. Like, this is gonna be like back in the day ship travel, like solo.
dude. It would be so fucking cool if they do a scene where like he's got to go through the tunnel from France to England, and like all the fucking walkers are like people that have been trapped in the cars because like the tunnel
Yeah, yeah,
underwater.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That that would be a cool plot point. That would be definitely something interesting, you know.
I think that'd be a cool concept. I think that'd be a cool concept. Yeah, no, I'm hyped to see where the show goes. I'm really excited for tonight. I know this is gonna be like a different day when you guys watch this, but
Yeah.
very excited tonight. I have to actually rewatch the last hour of it with my girl because she fell asleep because she had to go to work.
Oh.
But that's good for me because then I just get a nice refresher, and
Yeah.
and then I'll just watch the next episode. So I'll have 2.5 hours of Daryl Dixon tomorrow today. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, no complaints from me. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Um, I just I was just thinking like, what if they end up in like fucking like Siberia or some shit like that, and you got ice walkers,
That'd be
you know,
that'd be
like
crazy. Well, no, they showed in the cold seasons of The Walking Dead, or at least they said, in when it's cold that it slows the walkers down. They're less of a threat in the cold. So
that
they
they have
probably
like
so
70
nah so
years of
they
fucking
probably
vodka,
they
but
probably don't
no,
move though, is what I'm saying. The
no,
frozen ones
yeah,
probably don't move. That's what I'm getting at. They probably just are
yeah,
like
hell yeah,
frozen statues, basically.
fuck yeah.
All right, so let me ask you, dude.
Sure.
Let me ask you. Uh, who so so if you had to go into The Walking Dead,
Mm,
who who are the three you're taking with you from the show?
like from the show,
Yeah.
I'm taking Daryl, I'm taking Michonne, and I'm taking Carol.
All right. Why?
Daryl's efficient at killing shit from afar. Michonne obviously like she's got the fucking swords, and I feel like she would just be a she got your back, is what I'm saying. Like you're gonna probably come back in one piece, maybe. And Carol is really good at like taking care of people. So if you get injured or something, she'll know how to like deal with that. You know, you won't get left behind if Carol's there. You know, the other two, I'm pretty sure they're like, nah, he's a lost cause. Peace.
Nah, I
um,
I don't I don't not by the end of the show, I don't think so. Uh Mine would be Glenn because Glenn, as he showed in the early stages of the show, he is like the man who can like run errands and find shit. He's a
yeah.
gatherer, like he's king gatherer, and he knows how to hold his own.
And
And then
also, he's really good at drawing walkers away.
yes, exactly. And my second choice would be Negan because he knows how to. He eventually will have your back, and he'll do dirty work.
I love how we would you pick Rick?
Um, not because no, because I picked Negan. Actually, yes, I would pick Rick. Rick is the person who knows how to be like a leader. Negan's like kind of bad at being a leader, as we saw.
Negan's also good with dealing with the living.
Yeah, no, he is. He is. He is. He is. I'm not gonna hold you on that. He's pretty good at it. I feel like if I pick Negan and Rick, they're gonna butt fucking heads. You know what
And
I mean?
Rick Rick has kind of gotten them in some tight spots by not being careful,
By just
you know,
fucking
in certain
reacting and
situations.
doing
Yeah.
shit, yo. Like thinking he knows best type shit. Being a cop.
Yeah. Exactly. um but I honestly I feel like I would personally probably get along with Daryl a little bit cuz like it'd be more like okay, like You got fucking squirrels for us to eat. Okay, cool. Like,
Daryl wouldn't give a.
fucking
Daryl doesn't give a fuck about nobody like talking wise. He cares about you living wise. Like, I
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. He's not trying to be your BFF. He's trying to just make
No,
sure you alive.
exactly. And like Mackie, I feel like wouldn't shut the fuck up. I'd be
That's,
like, I'm done with you, please. Enough. Like, enough about
we
Negan.
know he killed Glenn, bro. We
Yes.
know. We know.
Oh, this again?
Like, god damn. You been watching anything else really good?
I've been on a zombie kick, dude. I watched Return of the Living Dead, which
Okay.
is an older
Yeah, yeah.
cult zombie movie. So good. So good. So funny. Um I watched Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Um and then I ended up watching Dawn of the Dead. Like
Okay.
the Zack Snyder movie, not
Yeah.
the
Old.
old one.
All right, dude. Hell yeah. So you've been on a little spooky early kick.
Yeah, man.
You're getting ready for Halloween early.
Yeah. I'm getting in all my classics, like because like but come October, I want to start watching like newer like horror movies.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Get all the oldies out the way.
Yeah,
Solid, solid choice. Solid as fuck. I've been back on One Piece and I've been watching, I hate to say it, Justified.
Justified.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. The new season. Like the new show, it's like him it's like him on the road in Miami so far or whatever, like driving back to Florida, like through Florida or something. Like I don't he's with
Just
his like
such
daughter
short.
and shit. Like
Yeah,
I only watched like 2 episodes, but I more so I'm watching the animated One Piece because I finished the live action, which
yeah.
I thought was fucking great. I'm hyped for season 2. It's already renewed. Um, I
Oh, definitely.
I saw it was confirmed. Um, and then I'm at like 130 on the anime, so I want to just like I'm about to just start binging it again. I want to be caught up by
Fuck
time, like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm
yeah.
hoping it like I'm hoping the next 3 months ish to be at like 600, 700. That's
Nice.
that's my goal.
That's a haul.
That
um,
is. But I mean, it's the name of the game, dude. Like, yeah.
dude, I uh through the algorithm, all of like every single YouTuber that I've seen that like talks about Netflix adaptations, they fucking trash the shit out of them. Except for One Piece. One Piece, I feel like, was the one that shut everybody up.
Oh, it definitely did, dude.
Like, even the critical drinker, who I don't really watch his reviews because he gets too culture worry for me, but even him was just like, this is a great move, like, great series, and this is how you do good writing. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, asshole. Like,
You're just going with the flow.
you've been yelling at Marvel people for like 4 years now. Come on.
You've been yelling at. Yeah, that's probably why I haven't watched them. I don't watch too many like negative, like people who are like purposely negative.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like a little bit. No offense.
Yeah, he's just an angry Scottish dude who reviews movies. Like,
That's funny as shit, low key. I'm not even gonna hold you. Um, Need to still see Blue Beetle, dude.
yeah, I so badly want to go see a movie in a movie theater.
I do too. I haven't seen anything since Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything since Spider Man.
Yeah, damn. That.
Well, Into the Spider Verse, excuse me. If you got to be specific.
Yeah. Nah. I just feel like I owed a duty to go see Blue Beetle in the theater, opening or
Yeah,
not. I should I should at least watch it in theaters, but I don't even. I think it's still in theaters, right?
yeah,
I'd be kind of fucking surprised if that shit wasn't in there anymore. I really want to see it so I can. because there's a sick ass little cheap statue at Target of Blue Beetle, and if it's dope, I'll get it.
Yeah, it's still in theaters.
All right, bet. We need to go see it then, dude. We keep saying it.
I keep saying it, but I definitely have, if I can go, to be on Sunday.
All right, maybe I'll let you know. I will let you know, brother in Christ. Um, it's a little late where we're at, guys.
Yeah,
Do you wanna end early since it's almost 3?
sure.
All right, cool. Everybody, I'm sorry to end early, but Juju, we've been doing this a lot today, and it's late, and we've been giving you an hour every other time. So just remember, never offended, always recommended, and make sure you drop a like, a comment, and a subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. Just keep doing what you're doing, y'all. We appreciate you. And remember, dudes, you're the best. Later.